anywhere, then we can drop them directly. This is what we have learned under object type. We cannot insert any data because object type will not accept any data. It will not store any data in it. Only structure will be stored. Now let us move on to the next topic, which is object table, where we can create a table with object type and store the data also. So it is a table which contain object type as a columns data type of the table. We will create a table, but in that table we will use a columns data type, the object type as a columns data type. That is why the name object table means inside this table one object type will be used. We can have any number of object types inside one table, no restriction, or the same object type can be used multiple times in the same table for multiple columns. We don't have any restriction. So before that we need to create the object type and then use this as a data type of one column in the table. See, column of object type is actually a table here. The object type is nothing but object type. The structure of the object type is also a table. So object table becomes a table inside a table. Structure looks like nested table, but there is a difference here. When we have object type inside an object table, that object type can accept only one row which is associated to the main row of the table. When we insert one record into the table, that one record can have only one row inside the object table. We cannot have more than one row inside the object table. So there is one-to-one relationship between the main record of the table and the data stored in the object type of the table. It is always one-to-one, but one field can have multiple fields inside the object type, but the rows are only one. If the object type is referenced in any of the object table or another object type, that particular object type cannot be dropped, which we have seen in our earlier case. If it is not referenced anywhere, it can be dropped, or it cannot be altered also if it is used anywhere. If it is not used anywhere, it can be altered. We can perform all the DML operations on the object table. We don't have any restriction. While inserting the data into object table, we can even insert the data into object type, but the data will not be stored inside the object type. That will be stored as part of the table itself. Structure of the object table can be modified. We can modify the structure of the object table, not the object type. We can add columns or drop columns, change the data type for the other columns which is not defined as object type, but object table can be modified. Let us move on to our practical session for object table. So to create an object table, first we need to create an object type. Then create a table by using object type which is created previously as a data type of the column. We can perform all the DDL operations and all the DML operations on the object table, no restrictions. First create object type. See, when we access from user types, we have three. This is before dropping. If we do not drop, in our earlier session we have three types: area type, add type and address type. Set describe depth as 5 because it is already 3 levels. So we are describing the depth up to 5. Show describe, it is 5. Describe area type, it has 1 level. Add type, 2 levels. Address type, 3 levels. We have 3 object types in our database. We can include any of this object type as a data type in the table what we are going to create. Create table, table name. Within the brackets we have defined our attributes. Close the table. The structure is our normal table only, but one column's data type address is there. The data type of this address is area type. See, normally why do we go for object table? Especially the fields like address. Address contains multiple fields: house number, apartment name or flat name, street name, the cross name, main road name, number, street number or cross number, line number or road number, area, locality, landmark, city, state, country, zip code, sometimes region, etc. There are multiple components in the address. If we are going on adding all these components, then the number of columns will be increased in the main table. If at all we want to store them as separate column, or if you want to store them as separate rows, then the number of rows will be duplicated. Except address column, rest all other columns will be duplicated. So we do not go for single column with multiple rows. So we go with single row, maybe multiple columns. But again, it is simply just for address, we are adding 10 fields or 5 fields. Instead of that, we can create a type with all the fields whatever we require in the address column and assign this type name as data type for the address field. When we look at higher level, it will be looking as one column only, but internally it has multiple columns. That means that particular column is itself is a table. So we are including a table inside the main table. So it's a structure like table inside a table. In such type of cases, we go for object table. Sometimes not only multiple fields in the address, one particular employee will have 2 addresses. See, mostly every employee will have 2 addresses, permanent address and present address. Sometimes few employees will have 3 addresses, address in city 1, address in city 2, address in city 3, like that, or address in country 1, address in country 2, something like that. So when we have multiple addresses, so we want to store them all together either in a single field. So that is where we use the object type. So when we use object type, we can include multiple fields under a single column only. That is the advantage of using object type. See, as of now, we have used area type for address. Area type is having only 2 fields, street and locality. Let us see how to insert data into this object type with 2 fields. Then we will go with 2 levels, 3 levels. First we are going with 1 level object which has 2 fields, street and locality, only 2. See, when we describe the address type, EMP type 1 means it has 1 level object. Employee number, employee name, address, salary. It has 4 columns. See, area type is object type with 1 level. We create another table, EMP type 2. Here we used add type. Add type is object type with two levels. Inside add type we have area type. Another table we are creating with address type. Address type is also object type with three levels. Inside address type we have add type. Inside that we have area type. So we have created three tables, with one with object type of one level, second one object type of two levels, third one object type of three levels. Now we will see how to insert data into these three tables, how to select data from these three tables, how to update, delete, merge, all those operations we will see on these three tables. The table names are EMP underscore type 1, EMP underscore type 2, EMP underscore type 3. Type 1 is one level, type 2 is two levels, type 3 is three levels. Now let us describe one by one. We have already set the describe depth to 5. Up to 5 levels we can describe, but we have created a table up to 4 levels only. Object type is having 3 levels, table is 1 level, totally 4 levels only. So we can describe all the tables without any difficulty. Describing EMP type 1. See, this is the second level. EMP type 2. This is second level. This is also second level, and these two are third level, where if we consider the table as first level. Describe EMP type 3. Table is level 1, employee number, employee name, address 1, and salary is also there at the end. Next, under address 1 we have second level, serial number, address as level 2, house number, area, city as level 3, street and locality as level 4. So we have 4 levels in this object table. It's a normal table. Since we have an object inside it, it is called as object table. So when we say object table, it is table inside another table. See, this is one table, inside that we have another table structure. In one column we have table structure again. So it is table inside a table. How do we insert? Now we will insert EMP underscore type 1, that is one level object. Insert into EMP type 1 values. First employee number, employee name, and then address, and then sal. Employee number, employee name, this is address, this is sal. So in address field we have area type. We are inserting into address, but we are actually inserting into the area type. Since we are inserting the data into area type, we will specify the area type here. We are inserting into it. That is why the type name we will use here. We don't use the column name here. The column name is address. The data type what we used is area type. So we are inserting into the area type while inserting into address. So area type, within the brackets we specify the values for that. It has street and locality. Street 1, locality 1, first record. Second record 2B, third record, fourth record, fifth record. Totally 5 records we have inserted. Commit. It is committed. Now let us insert into 2 levels. Insert into EMP type 2. Employee number, employee name, this is address, and then salary. So address we are inserting into add type. In the second one we have add type. In that we have house number, area, which is again area type. So house number, city is here, area has another 2. So when we are inserting, first we specify add type, house number we specify, the last city we specify, in between we have address. So for that address it is, sorry, not this one. Yeah, this is area. For this area we have area type. So first we are inserting add type, this is for address. Inside that we have area type for area field. So we are inserting into this one. So we are actually inserting into address. It has add type. It has 3 fields. One is house number, area and city. So for the area we have again area type which has 2 fields. We are inserting them. 5 records inserted, committed. 3 levels. We are inserting into the last one. Employee number, employee name, address 1, salary. Employee number, employee name, this is address 1 and salary. In that address 1 we have address type. First address type, in that we have serial number and address, only 2 fields. So first serial number and first serial number and then address type. Address type is having add type. So having add type. Here we have 3 fields, same as earlier case. Add type we have 3 fields. House number, area and city. Area is having again another type with 2 fields, street and location. So by considering all the levels we are inserting the data. 5 levels are completed. This is level 3, level 2, level 1 and the main table. Totally 4 levels we have. Now after inserting the data, we will see how to select data from the object table. We are displaying as 60. Select star from EMP type 1. Like normal table we are selecting, but the address column is displayed like this. The type name and the attributes of the type. Select star from type 2. See, this is level 2 and this is level 1. As it is, however, we have inserted the same way it is displaying. Type 3, level 1, level 2, level 3. Everything is displayed as it is. So this is when we use select star from type. Now, instead of star, how do we select columns in the select? Employee number, employee name, salary and address from type 1. Address is the last one. We can specify like this, there is no restriction. From type 2, yes. From type 3, yes. The last column is object type. Now table columns in select with where clause. We want to specify normal columns in the where clause. There is no difference here. Like our normal syntax we can use. Where employee number, if it is normal tables column. If it is object column, then it will be different. So first we are saying with normal tables column. Employee number equal to 1. 2, employee number equal to 1. EMP type 3, employee number equal to 1. There is no restrictions and there is no difference in the syntax. Everything is same. Now, object type columns in the select. We want to select this particular column or this particular column in the select, not like this. Suppose in this we have street number, city, street, locality, everything. We want to select only city or only house number, only street, only locality. How do we select? That is what we are going to do now. Select employee number, employee name, salary, comma, street from type 1. Street, invalid identifier because it is not the direct column. Okay, let us specify the street through address because it is present inside address column. Address dot street, invalid identifier. Okay, type name, table name, EMP type 1, dot column name, dot subcolumn name, object type columns name. Still it is invalid identifier. This is the restriction what we have with object table. I do not know why they made this as a restriction. We can access this through table alias name. Let us see our next example. Okay, select, compare this example and this example. Select is common, employee number, employee name, salary, and then EMP type 1, address, street. That means table name dot column name dot object column name. It is not working. But in this case, we are using an alias to the table name as T1, as is optional. We are using alias, and then we are using alias name instead of table name. Here we used table name directly. Here we are using alias name. That is the only difference between this example and this example. T1 is nothing but EMP type 1. It is just an alias. Column name, subcolumn name, as street from EMP type 1. As this is giving an alias name for this column. Otherwise the complete name will be displayed. Instead of that, we displayed only street. See, now it is displayed. I do not know why they made this as mandatory to use alias name. When it is working with alias name, it should also work with table name, but it will not work. And remember one thing here, in the select clause, we are specifying the column name, not the type name. During the insert, since we are inserting into the object type, we need to specify the object type name over there. But here we are selecting from the column, that is why we have to specify always the column name. Only in case of insert, we specify the object type name. Rest all other cases, we specify only the column name and column names of the object types. We never reference the object type name, whether it is in the select clause, from clause, where clause, group by clause, order by clause, anywhere. We always reference only the column name. Only while inserting, we use object type name because we are actually inserting into object type. Even though we use object type, the data will not go to the object type. It will go to the particular table only in the form of object type. But actually the object type does not store any data even if we insert into the object type through object table. So this is how we use in the select clause. This is from type 1. Let us see from type 2. We use an alias T2 here. So we want to access second level object. T2 is the table name, address dot house number. This is first level. Address dot area dot locality. Address is the main column. Inside that area is there. Inside that locality is there. 2 levels. Both are displayed here. House number is direct. Column name dot subcolumn name. Here column name dot subcolumn name. So this is level 1, level 2, level 3. We are accessing 3 levels. So in type 2 we have 3 levels. Table is 1 level, object is 2 levels. So totally 3 levels. So the third level column also we are able to access here. Let us see from 3. So it has 4 levels. Table is 1 level and object has 3 levels. See, first level we are accessing serial number, second level house number, third level the street. Address 1 is first level, second level, third level, fourth level. Object has 3 levels and the table is 1 level. So total 4 levels. See, first level column we are accessing, second level column we are accessing, third level column is also we are accessing from the object type. But alias name is mandatory for the table name. If we use table name here, it will not be displayed. It will throw an error. Now let us see how to reference, how to fetch the data based on the object type column in the where clause. Select, we are selecting object column. We want to display the street where street equal to S3. We cannot specify the street directly. We have to specify this through the column name and through the table name. So table should have alias. So this alias name dot main column name dot the object type column name. This is how we reference in the where clause. So wherever street is S3, that record will be displayed. This is level 1. Now see level 2. Similar way, however we used in the select clause. Same way we use in the where clause as also. See, table, main column level 1, object type level 1, object type level 2. Because EMP type 2 has 2 levels of object with 2 levels. L2 record is displayed. From 3, it has 4 levels. Table is 1 level, other columns are 2 level, 3 levels. So in the where clause, table name, main column name, object type level 1, object type level 2, object type level 3. Where street equal to S4, yes, it is displayed. So till now we have performed insert into the object table with level 1, level 2 and level 3. And then we performed selects level 1, level 2, level 3 and level 4. And then we referenced the object type columns in the where clause, first level, second level, third level also. Now we will see how to update the object table. Updating the normal column and object type column. Both are possible here. We are selecting from EMP type 1 where employee number equal to 1. This is the data. Type 2 employee number equal to 1. Type 3 employee number equal to 1. We have records in all the 3 tables. We update type 1. For type 1, the salary is 1000. Now we wanted to make it as 1500 where employee number equal to 1. 1 row updated, 1000 will become 1500. We are updating the direct column using direct column in the where clause. Second table we have updated 2500. Third table also 1500. So as of now 1000 is there. We are updating to 1500. Now let us select type 1, type 2, type 3. All are having 1500. Means the columns are updated. This is our normal syntax. No difference. Since these are direct columns, we are updating them directly. Now let us update the object type columns, the attributes of object types. using normal column in the where clause. The same employee number equal to 1. We are updating the street to S11, first level. Updating the house number to 11 in T2. In T3, updating serial number equal to 11. This is level 1. First level object we are updating. If you select, before it was S1, now it became S11. Here it was 1, it became 11. And before it was 1, it became 11. Now let us update the second level. We are updating the street, the same first level, using the same column, the type object type column in the where clause. It is allowed. But first level object only we are updating, not the second level and third level. It has updated 111, 111, 111. Now let us update the second level object type and third level object type attributes. So second level object type we have only in type 2. So address dot area dot street SS11. Second level we are updating. And here level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Third level object we are updating from type 3. See here SS11, this we are updating locality LL11. So like this we can update either normal column of the object table or the attribute of object type also through the object table. While updating, we can reference either normal column in the where clause or we can reference the attribute of object type in the where clause. We don't have any restriction. Delete. Can we delete the records from object tables? Yes. Select star from EMP type 1, type 2 and type 3. This is the present data. Delete from type 1 where employee number equal to 1. We are referencing normal column in the where clause. From type 2, from type 3, one record is deleted. Earlier 5 rows were there in all the 3 tables. Now we have only 4 rows. One is deleted everywhere. Only 4 rows everywhere. Now we reference the attributes of object type in the where clause. Street, first level. 2 is having 2 levels.